Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Hopefully you and I agree that you should do everything you can to save your marriage. Divorce is hard, expensive, and its outcome is usually not all you hope for. However, when doing everything has failed, when divorce remains as your last option, consider Cordell & Cordell as your first choice to help you through the divorce process to a better place on the other side. We've been a partner men can count on for more than 30 years. Let us be that partner for you.
The attorneys at Cordell & Cordell work to help men maximize their role in their children's lives. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Lincoln area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 402-858-3220. That's 402-858-3220. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Office in downtown Lincoln. 1221 N Street, Suite 801, Lincoln, Nebraska 68508.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between, we'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Make your move fun and easy with the help of Movers and Shakers. Movers and Shakers is homegrown, female-led, and ready to help make your transition to a new space as seamless as possible. They excel at residential and commercial moving jobs, as well as offer home cleanouts and junk removal services. Moving into a new place is stressful enough, so let Movers and Shakers ease the transition. Give them a call today at 712-899-6265 or book your move online at www.moversandShakersNE.com today.
Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Now's the time to lock in the best deal of the year on a new John Deere sprayer during Landmark Implement's Sprayer Early Order Program. Leverage the industry's latest technology with See and Spray. Target weeds with precision and cut herbicide use. Utilize Exact Apply to save in chemical usage and prevent over-application. Don't forget, secure early order savings and get the sprayer that maximizes every pass. Visit your Landmark location for full details and experience the Landmark difference.
Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
Out here on Nebraska's calm, welcoming waters, fishing is a breeze. It's the sweet spot where solo anglers find quiet before the catch, families reel in memories, and first-timers discover what makes fishing so special. From the Panhandle to the Platte, The best fishing happens here, beneath Nebraska skies. Get started at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
You're listening to Bock in the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley.
Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome to 93.7 The Ticket. This is Jake Bock in the black shirt here at your midday hour from 1 to 3. Bock, how you doing today, sir?
Oh, not too bad. It's another sunny day, another day closer to some football coming up.
Oh, yes. We are about 6 Sundays away, Bock, and I can tell you this. I purchased the game last night. It downloaded, and so far, I'm 1-3.
Hey,
No,
you gotta win.
0-3.
Oh, 0-3.
I was lying, Bock. Don't let me lie to you like that. I'm 0-3. I was so close to a victory this morning that I tasted it. But I did the Tom Osborne in the 80s.
You did?
Yeah. Played Texas A&M at their stadium. Graphics are great. Guy goes up 14-7. I tied up 14-14. He scores. He leaves me about 1 minute and 8 seconds down there, Bock. I turn it over.
Uh-oh.
He turns it over.
Oh, okay.
I get it back. I hit Lindenmeyer down the middle for like 60 yards. He gets to like the 20, do a little sweep to the weak side with Emmett. He gets to the 1. I call timeout. There's 8 seconds left. I punch it in there, Bock.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I punch it in. Yeah,
you're ready.
I'm not gonna throw it on the 1 yard line, Bock. I punch it, and the guy tries to what do they do? He tries to replay it.
Oh yeah, he challenged it.
Yeah, he challenged it like he was gonna get it. Like so, but Bock, then next thing you know, Bock, okay, it's 21-20, Bock. 5 seconds left. Oh, Bock, I don't like overtime. I'm one of those guys where I might miss the kick, but I go for it, Bock. And
go for the win.
Yeah, threw an interception in the end zone. 0-3, Bock. My second game I played, Bock, was Ohio State.
Oh,
I didn't like this guy. This guy was playing toying with me, I guess, but he got up 22-7. I come all the way back, make it 17-22. Bock, when I'm talking about this game is not realistic, Bock is not.
What?
Julian Sayer cannot run for 80 yards down the field.
Oh, you don't think so?
No. He's a pro-style quarterback, Bock, first of all. And if you hit him hard enough, he doesn't fumble. So, and then Jeremiah Smith had to go through that part of the game, and that kid's unbelievable. They made him like Superman on the game.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
He's like Superman. But
he's the cover athlete.
Yeah, and I tell you this, I'm 0-3, but with some practice, I think I'll be great.
So, and you've lost to Ohio State, Texas A&M. Who's the other one?
Who was the first? It was a Big 12 team. It was a Big 10 team.
Oh, I was going to think most of these teams might be ranked a little higher than Nebraska.
Yeah, it was a Big 10
give yourself
team.
some credit.
I can't remember who it was, but it was a Big 10 team.
Now, what are your thoughts from the game so far, especially the Nebraska roster? What do you like? What do you don't like?
Well, here's the thing about Nebraska roster. Offense is good. Like you can pick them apart if you call the right plays. Running game seems to be decent. I mean, pretty good. I mean, I had some good runs. The thing about it on the game is that you have to be smart like a coach, especially when you're on the Heisman mode. I play on Heisman mode. I don't go anything like rookie
trial by fire.
I'm gonna play the best. I'm gonna try to be the best. But Dylan Riola's got an arm on there.
Oh yeah,
I think Jacoby Barney is the best player on Nebraska's team.
Yeah,
in real life and in game world.
You were utilizing him.
Yeah, I put him to the test.
Yeah,
slants, running across the middle, 4th down and 3. I chunk it long to him. Dane Key, another great player on the game.
Yeah.
I think I need to switch out Bonner. Bonner got good hands on the show. Harbor got good hands on the show.
Okay.
Nebraska is not you have to be in shotgun a lot in the game for you not to get sacked, because trying to run a play action pass, if they're coming back, you're kind of twisted in the motion. Like they're really gonna do something to you. Emmett runs great. Quentin Ives he's on a kickoff return. He runs great. I think Nazir Hunter. I'm probably gonna have to switch him with. I don't know who to put him in there with.
A kick return or just a wide receiver?
Probably wide receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not getting open on my game. So,
he's not working in the game.
Yeah, he's not working. So I have to go. I do not want to put Barney in that 2 slot. I like him in 3.
Yeah.
Because he can come across the middle and he does things that he does in real life. Offensive line is pretty good. Defense. Whew. Defense is defense. It's kind of a struggle on the game, kind of to figure out how to.
Is it better than last year? I heard a lot of the complaint was the cornerbacks had just.
It's
kind of
just
some
weird plays that they make, and just it's unrealistic how the defense plays. Like it's not defense. It's not a defensive game. Like you're gonna score points. I think that's one of the things that they made a lot of, not the overall teams, but the whole game defenses are like not that good. I mean, you can score on them.
Yeah.
I mean, some teams have faster players. I did play Ohio State. They did start off pretty good on me, but once I got out of that pro set and went to a shotgun, it made it a lot better for me.
Adjusting to it.
Yeah, I adjusted to it, but I'm still 0-3. I'm not 0-20.
Not yet.
Like I was last year. So that's one thing I got that I'm very happy for. But, I haven't did the other modes yet. I'm going to play online for a couple of times before I make up a player. I think me playing online is the best way to go to get better. I think when you take those other modes that
the Road to Glory.
Road to Glory, it takes too much time. I'm straight. Let's get on the field and kick it. I did go live, Bock, for about the first half. And I did have a 14. I had a, let's say, it's only 3-minute quarters. In the, it's called a Road to CPS, CFP. But you have to play regular people. So this is online people. So you got to play.
They're all like tournaments. You're trying to get to the.
Yeah, you got to play the 12 games. It don't matter who you play. It don't matter who you play. You win your 12 games, you're probably gonna go in the next into that playoff in that season. But I think I just think the defense. I like Shavers on there. He has speed.
Yeah,
played with him. McCullum's pretty good. They have Judy as a defensive end on third down. I don't like that part. They do have Cam Linhart, Davis, Van Poppel, 26. That's the Watson.
Watson Trent.
Yeah, so they got him. Some cornerback, 48. I don't know who he is.
I don't know either.
I don't know who he is, and he's hurting my team. He's hurting my team bad. So I'm thinking about. I'm gonna have to do some studying. I got to see what's a better overall defense, because I'm not saying that Nebraska gonna change it, but I don't want to play 3-3-5 in that game.
Oh yeah, maybe that's your problem.
Yeah, maybe that's my problem.
Fair enough. And I know, like last year, that I think even with including all the current players, there are a few players that aren't real, right? That they just kind of throw in there. I think Nebraska's like starting running back was that way last year for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know who whoever number 48 is back on Nebraska team. He's chunky and he played cornerback. It's like I was like, who is this linebacker?
Yeah,
it looks like a linebacker.
Well, there is a 48 on the team named Caden Vermas, but he's 5'11", 185, and he's a freshman. So it's probably
no. On the game, somebody's 48. I think they bet Bates or something. I don't know who it is, but
it's just a made up player.
Yeah, it's one of those made up players that blows my game.
That's there to drag you down.
I like what 7826 says. He says, 3rd and 14th, and they let the receiver catch it between 3 defenders. Crazy work. Yeah, I think that game is crazy. I think some of the stuff that they let the receivers do are kind of unbelievable. Running backs, they're not that hard to bring down, but then the quarterback running, Julian Sayre. I mean, how you 100-yard rusher, Bob? It's like, I played Texas A&M. Reed, is that the guy?
Marcel Reed, yeah.
Marcel Reed. He's worth the hype.
I imagine, yeah, he's quite an athlete.
So he did have 3 rushing touchdowns on me.
Oh, yeah.
But the guy couldn't do anything. I played this guy, and at the end of the game, he wanted to call me trash. I said, I let you win. Then you only want to turn your mic on at the end of the game.
Oh, that's when he turned it on to talk.
Yeah, he didn't want to talk through the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to talk through the whole game. Gus Mohawk says, what's your game and tag so I can give you that work? I'm 9-3, family on the sticks. I got the 4-6 Bears defense. I'm rushing off the edge all day.
Oh, he's coming after your
That's one of my defenses. I like to run the 52 too, 5-2.
Yeah.
I like to run nickel with the over under stack. Gamer tag is Blackshirt 43. I've been telling y'all this since 2 years now. Blackshirt 43. I'm gonna have to start telling Bock to put it down on the bottom
That's
of the
right,
screen.
we can do that, yeah.
Farley's PS5 thing, Blackshirt 43.
I'll have to write that down. By the way, even though I know you're surprised by Julian Sayre running off for you, it does happen. I mean, remember last year against UCLA, Ethan Garbers ran for like 60 yards on Nebraska on one play. And I think they averaged like 50 yards rushing per game, and he had negative on the season. So, I mean, it can happen in real life. We'll see. I don't know if Julian Sayre's going to get an 80-yard rush this year, but it's possible.
He had 100-yard rush.
He had 100 yards on you. Yeah.
I'm like, who is this kid? Like, no, not him. Anybody besides him, because they don't have a running game. I shut their running game down.
Oh, yeah.
Emmett's a pretty good runner. I like him. I think overall, the top 3 players for me on Nebraska, playing with Nebraska 3 games in a row, Bob. I could say Dylan, Dane Key, Jacory Barney, Shavers. And that's all I got out of them. I think they were my best players that I was able to use everybody, but I think I need to shuffle a little stuff around. Cam Leonhardt is starting, but I think I want him more of a third down because they put Elijah Judy on the edge, and he's not fast enough to get off the ball on the game like that. Not saying in real life, but
right.
In game-wise, you want to put probably your fastest guy on that edge on a third down situation.
It's going to be interesting, the different packages they kind of put together for the season this year. I mean, I know they've been talking about Judy. Maybe he can, be part of that. But you've got some other guys, to kind of rotate in there. And it was a heavy rotation under Coach Tony White. Is it going to be the same now under John Butler? We'll see. But specifically, they kind of had their James Williams, those types that come in there and pass rush. Do they have those guys this year? Or are we going to see more of maybe some of those guys that are playing, the jack linebacker spot where they're rushing off the edge? Will they come in as the defensive end at times on obvious pass rushing downs? Maybe just to get a few more of them out in the field. We'll see. It'll be exciting, and hopefully it translates to a degree. I mean, you're at least playing up there with Ohio State and Texas A&M, but we'd like to win some of those games too.
Yeah, I'm not afraid to tell you I suck right now, Bock, because I bought it last night. Right. I told you, I said I'm gonna give Bock a review, and I bought it for. First of all, they said it was $64.99. Texas, it was $75, Bock.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey there, yeah.
Yeah, so I should have just spent $100 and got the deluxe and got some of the little cards or something.
They would have taxed you on
that.
Well,
I should have got the Madden /
the package,
college football. Yeah. It was $139.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Are you going to get Madden, you think, this year?
I doubt it since I got to college.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna concentrate more on college and try to be Big Ten champs.
Did you get Madden last year?
No. I'm not really a Madden. I mean, Madden's just like college football. Okay, the first team I played, they was doing something like who did I play first? Arkansas or somebody? Somebody, but Bock, he was doing it the old Madden way, just throw the ball up.
Oh yeah.
And then I didn't like it. I got myself in the wrong defense. I think I don't know, Bock. I still got a couple more games to play. Big Bird says, who do we think will get single digits this year? I would probably say not an offensive lineman. Probably.
Well, they've tried to give him to him before.
Yeah,
They're not going to do that.
Dane Key.
Yeah, probably a good bet.
Emmett probably doesn't want one.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if Emmett takes one because I don't think Dylan's going to take one.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to take one. Jacoby Barney, what's his number? What's Barney's number?
What was he, like 19 or
19?
something?
If he changes his, I don't know. 17? Was it?
Yeah, 17 it was.
Probably we know Shavers got one. Probably Singleton, probably Malcolm Hozark, probably most of the DBs.
I was going to say, of the returners, Marquise Buford had number 3 last year. Deshaun Singleton had 8. Malcolm Hartsock had 7. And Vincent Shavers wound up with number 1. That was almost outside of the number, because whoever had number 1, I think, gave it up to him or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. That thing.
I was very impressed with his speed in the game.
Yeah,
I'm talking about on a college football game because he runs down on the kickoff, and I was running with him, and I damn near made the tackle every one with him. I was just juking the guy.
Well, I know you're a big fan of Shavers in real life too, so we'll see if he brings that sort of speed to the field on the real life.
I had fun on the game. I'm going to play it probably like. I don't know. I don't let it interfere with my Call of Duty time, but
That's right.
I'll probably get 1 or 2 games in today.
Yeah, make sure you get a win.
Come on, Bock, you pushing it. All right, this is Bock and the Blackshirt right here on 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back, and we'll cover some more college football when we come back.
Don't miss the 8th Annual Wing Fest on Saturday, July 26th at Haymarket Park from 5 till 8 p.m. Local restaurants will be serving wings from 5 to 7 p.m. with live music going until 8. Ice cream and beverages will also be available for purchase, and all the proceeds from the event will go to benefit students in the local community. Get your tickets today at wingfestlincoln.com and make sure you attend the 8th Annual Wing Fest at Haymarket Park on July 26th. Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com. Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT, from cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Need service on your home air conditioner? Call the company Lincoln has counted on since 1952, Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. No matter what brand you have, when you need service, you want Bryant's experienced pros working for you. Friendly, NATE certified technicians with the tools, training, and technology to restore your comfort quickly. No matter what brand, when you need service, just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Batter up! Join us this summer at Haymarket Park for 50 action-packed Salt Dogs games running now through August. Visit saltdogs.com for updates on everything you need to know about weekly promotions, giveaways, and special events. That's where you'll find the latest updates to make sure you catch all the excitement and never miss a homestand you want to attend. Haymarket Park is your ticket to fun all summer long. Visit saltdogs.com to get your tickets and unleash the fun.
Looking to upgrade your equipment and keep cash in your pocket? Through July at Landmark Implement, get up to a 24-month waiver on select John Deere tractors and combines, or lock in 1.9% fixed rate for 36 months, followed by 5.8 fixed for another 36 months. When planning for this year's harvest, we've got a solution that works for your bottom line. Visit your Landmark Implement today and check us out at landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription, or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Make your move fun and easy with the help of Movers and Shakers. Movers and Shakers is homegrown, female-led, and ready to help make your transition to a new space as seamless as possible. They excel at residential and commercial moving jobs, as well as offer home cleanouts and junk removal services. Moving into a new place is stressful enough, so let Movers and Shakers ease the transition. Give them a call today at 712-899-6265 or book your move online at www.moversandShakersNE.com today.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top-quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. Let me get comfortable right here and get situated. Gus Muckhall says which player on offense and which player on defense will have the biggest rating boost by the end of the year?
Well, that's a big question.
Hopefully Dylan Raiola. You know, I mean, as much as people talk about the kid, I mean, I still think he's a great athlete. He throws the ball better than probably any quarterback we had at Nebraska. Been well coached. Of course, his dad plays in the NFL. I think probably him or Ja'Cory Barney. I mean, I think that duo together is probably one of the best two combos in the nation. And I just think with them two and them staying together for another year or two, that should help Nebraska out real good, especially when we can get Isaiah Hunter to come in on his game. Got some raw talent coming in from freshman wise, and I think on defense it's probably to me. I want to see Vincent Shavers. I want to see Cam Linhart. I want to see William Nowoli. All the guys. I just want to see this whole group succeed. I want to see Nebraska try to, bring themselves back to life without all the preseason hype. Just I don't believe in all the preseason hype. You just have to go out there and play the game.
Yeah, it's interesting, especially when you go back to that question of who's going to, kind of make that big jump throughout the season, which basically is, for those who aren't aware, people that are going to play well enough on the field to make their ratings boost in the game. So you'd have to take a significant stride forward. And so part of it is kind of like, how are they assessed now? Like Dylan Ryle is an 87. So if they, move him up, if he had a fantastic year, might move him up to a 91, 92, 95, whatever it might be. So, part of it's got to be just guys that haven't quite made it yet, perhaps. And Emmett Johnson, I think, is going to have a good look at that. I still think he's going to be the key piece to this offense. They've kind of showed you as much through the offseason and putting the importance of bringing him back, and then maybe just as significantly not adding to that room and finally kind of handing the keys over to Emmett, even though I think he's been the best running back Nebraska's had each of the last 2 years. He kind of had to earn it and fight through it to get those opportunities in each of those last 2 years. So kind of interesting there. He could always be that guy. And then I think somebody out of the wide receiving core is going to separate, right? And right now they have Dane Key ranked, I think, the highest, and then Isaiah Hunter and Ja'Cory Barney. And maybe it turns out that way. But like you said, it could be a big year for Barney. If he kind of explodes onto the scene with a few more threats out there to kind of give him some more space on the field. So he certainly could be that. Harvard could certainly, if that tight end experiment goes as well as it could, given his athleticism, could make quite a jump as well. And then on defense, of course, that's kind of the story of this defense outside of the secondary. A lot of guys that have looked good playing in different roles. Most of them haven't played in a significant role quite yet. So, whether that's Van Poppel or Shavers or McGahee or Desan McCullough even, kind of settling in on a position and maybe, goes after it, maybe goes out there and gets 9-10 sacks, whatever it might be. Those guys could get a significant ranking boost. But the, more important than the ranking boost on the video game is obviously what they would do on the field. And again, that's what I feel like this team is. I think there's 10, 12 guys you could point out on this roster and say, man, this could be the breakout season for them. Can they get enough of those guys to break out so that next year, like this year, we're not going in thinking, okay, here's an all Big Ten player here. There's a preseason all Big Ten player there. There's just not a lot of that going on with this roster. It's kind of the year ahead. So if these guys can break out, can kind of start putting you back on the map. And it's kind of funny because we talked about that too with Ndamukong Suh when he first kind of came through. It was like, okay, well, who are going to be his teammates that show up around him? And all of a sudden we realized there's all these good teammates, and Nebraska is well more than Ndamukong Suh to the point to the end of it. 3 of the 4 on that defensive line in 2009 are top 10 in sacks in their careers at Nebraska. So, that's what you kind of hope to see happen is guys start to separate, guys start to make some big time improvements this season in their major stories, not just within Lincoln, but in the Big Ten.
All right, Bock. Now, I was on this platform on TikTok the other day, and it was a very good one. I'm going to use this same theory, the same questions that he used, and he had a lot. And I gave my 2, 4, probably 10 answers. Give me 2 of the most dramatic players on the same team to ever play college football. Give me start first to give you an example.
Yeah. Give me an example here.
Matt Leinart and Reggie Bush.
Okay. So just like two of the, like a Heisman backfield type of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. I mean, I said Lawrence Phillips, Tommy Frazier.
Sure. So I mean, even thinking going in that era, it always blows me away that Ray Lewis and Warren Sapp were on the same defense.
I also went with Ronnie Brown and Cadillac Williams.
Oh, there you go.
You can go running backs. They don't have to be a quarterback.
Yeah, all same positions.
Yeah.
Some of the best duos. Yeah, those are pretty good. I mean, even going down to Marshall there, Chad Pennington and Randy Moss was a pretty good combination.
Tim Tebow and Percy Harvin.
Yeah. People don't know Percy Harvin means Percy coming out.
Now here's the thing about Percy Harvin that people are really saying he's the best person to ever play college football.
One of the best college football players.
Yeah.
One of purpose. Absolutely.
Running back, all purpose, receiver. He can do it all.
Yeah.
Didn't stay in the league that long. What, he had headache problems or something?
Yeah, something came up with him. I mean, he's still a pretty good special teams player and stuff like that. But yeah, he didn't quite break out like he did in college.
All right, give me another two, Bock. Let me see who I got. Oh man, Pat White and who was his running back?
Steve Slayton.
Yeah, West Virginia.
Yeah, that's not a bad one. I know you went with Reggie and Matt Leinart, but I always think of Reggie and Lindell White as that running back group.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good one. Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders.
Hey, that's probably the latest one. Yeah, that's gonna stick through the decades and through our talking about college football. That's kind of interesting.
Oh yeah, Riley W got a good one. Geno Smith and Tavon Austin.
Oh yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah. Bill and Bennett also has Joe Burrow and Jefferson.
Yeah, or you can go Joe Burrow and Chase.
Yeah,
you can go many ways in that one. Let's see who else. Let me think. Texas. Who was Ricky Williams' quarterback?
Oh, probably was that Major Applewhite. Yeah.
Nah, that's not a good one right there. Major Applewhite wasn't that great. Oh, I'm trying to think.
Although I think Jason White was still the quarterback for Adrian Peterson his freshman year. That was quite a pairing.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm bummed out right now, Bob.
Of course, we just do kind of the Nebraska ones. You get those pairing, like I brought up Sue earlier. Sue and Crick at defensive tackle was good.
Yeah.
On that same defense, you had the cornerbacks of Alfonso Dennard and Prince Amukamara.
Yeah, you can go there. We can go to Terrell Farley and Jared Talmadge.
Yeah, there you go. 95.
Go Jamel Williams and Mike Minner. We can go so many ways. Tyrone Williams and Jay Foreman. It's Donovan McNabb and Marvin Harrison.
That's a pretty good group.
Oh, somebody said Rich Glover and Johnny Rogers.
Someone else said Abbott and Costello.
Yeah,
I do like Abbott and Costello.
I love that show. I haven't seen it in a long time. Yeah. Johnny Manziel and Mike Evans.
Oh, yeah, that was a good combination.
Yeah, I'm a Three Stooges type of guy, Craig.
More Three Stooges.
Yeah, Mo, Larry, Curly. All right, we had a little fun with that one, Bock. But what did we just see? We're going to talk about this. I think I want to save it for the first of the hour, Bock, when we come back from break. But let's get into another story right quick, Bock. Nebraska has been tabbed with the easiest schedule in 2025 for the Big Ten, Bock. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, you look at some of these other schedules; they do get pretty tough. I still think it's still a Big Ten schedule. Right. So it's still going to have their challenges as opposed to some other teams. I've seen, easiest in the Big Ten. Sure. What does that translate to nationally? I think Phil still had it like 64th or 65th or something like that. So it's not overwhelming. I mean, and really, again, it's that game in Kansas City that is a default, basically a home game for Nebraska. It gives Nebraska basically 8 home games. They don't have to leave, good to play on an opponent's field until they play October 11th at Maryland. And I'm a hard time seeing Maryland being all that good. You look at their away games in general, it's Maryland, Minnesota, UCLA, and Penn State. Obviously, Penn State, one of the more difficult road games you can get in the nation right now, but the other one's not overwhelming. And then their home slate, part of it's not just, hey, you ducked Oregon. I mean, and the biggest thing is you're ducking Oregon and Ohio State, right? as you know, as some of the top competition in the Big Ten. But then you're also like last year, we didn't know it at the time, but they actually got kind of a tough draw in getting Illinois and Indiana. Well, you don't have them this year. So we'll see. I mean, I think too, with the schedule talk to that point I was just making, sometimes you don't know until you kind of play it out. Maybe Michigan State's a surprise good team this year. Maybe Minnesota is in the top 25 by the time Nebraska's playing him. Maybe the Nico Iamaleava deal at UCLA is really working out. Maybe USC had all those one possession losses last year. Maybe they flipped that around and they're a big time team. Maybe Iowa. So I mean, we don't really know. Just preseason trying to speculate on what it looks like. It can change by season's end. But as far as a lot of things do align with Nebraska to have a favorable schedule in year 3 of Matt Rule. And we say this all the time. I mean, I said it for years and years about the Big 12 North, about the Big 10 West. The opportunity is there. Nebraska should take advantage of this opportunity because those weren't particularly tough divisions for Nebraska to win. In fact, when they were built, they were kind of built within mind of Nebraska winning them enough and playing annually, or not annually, but enough in these in the conference title games in the respective conferences there. So I'm almost tired of saying it like, oh yeah, there's the opportunity. Hopefully they don't slip on the banana peel. Okay, let's take advantage. If the schedule is the easiest in the Big Ten, let's take advantage of that. A lot of people will point to who had the easiest schedule in the Big Ten last year. Indiana. What'd they do? They went to the playoffs. So something along those lines would be fantastic. But I do also feel like keeping in mind with Nebraska, part of the easy schedule is relative to who you are. And is Nebraska at a 7-6, team that's coming off a pretty tough decade? Are they a team that we could just say, okay, roll your helmet on the field, you're going to beat, any of these teams outside of Houston Christian? Probably not.
Yeah. So here's the thing with Indiana did. They bought their way out of easy contract. Not an easy contract, but they was scheduled for home and home with Virginia. They canceled the game and scheduled 2 FCS schools, Bob.
Like Old Dominion.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a much more easier than Old Dominion and Bowling Green.
Oh, okay.
No, we scheduled Bowling Green.
Yeah.
They're taking Eastern Illinois and Kennesaw State.
Yeah, and it's not like Virginia is controlling the college football world or the ACC or anything like that either. But it is kind of follows along with what Nebraska did with Tennessee. Is all right. What are we playing another Power 4 team for when we got this 9-game slate in the Big Ten? And again, we can get upset as fans. We'd rather see the Tennessee game. I get that. SEC, if we're going to try to compare the Big Ten to the SEC, and what better time to do it than now when you have the back-to-back champions, different schools, multiple schools competing for it, and the SEC is still playing 9 conference games. So I think that still playing 8 conference games. The Big Ten is playing 9 conference games. So I think part of this is in retaliation to the SEC not getting that 9th conference game.
Wait for the beat. All right, we'll be right back at 93.7 The Ticket. This is Bock in the Blackshirt here on this Feel Good Tuesday and Tipsy Tina's Tacos Tuesday here at The Ticket.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the Dash Scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your Dash Scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription, or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
It's never too late to start protecting your company's data from cyber attacks. Your customers put their trust in you to keep their information safe from online threats. Don't let them down. Partner with Hamilton Business Technologies to get real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and experts who monitor it all for you. We care about the success of your business and the communities you serve. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and hot with an afternoon high near 94. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms likely, low around 68. And tomorrow, we'll chance of showers and storms. Otherwise, probably sunny skies with a high around 85. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fleck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Schwieso Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schwieso Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schwieso.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
You're listening to Bock in the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Thank you for tuning in to Bock in the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm Jake Bockoven. He is the Husker Hall of Famer and All-American and the leading tackler of the greatest team of all time, the 1995 Huskers. He is Terrell Farley, and we do have some Husker news to bring to you. If you're looking for the time and place, I suppose, of Fan Day. Fan Day, of course, the annual event where Nebraska fans can go and get autographs from their favorite football players, although I've been to a few. It's been a few years since I've covered the team. I don't go up and get the autographs anymore, but back in college, I remember I took a nice little ball there to go and get all the Blackshirts to sign it. The lines are way too long. You're not going to get everybody. So I only made like 2 or 3 position groups. So you got to choose who you want to get to. We can talk about who will have the longest lines coming up and a little bit of a difference now. And I wonder if every Husker is going to be available out there because, of course, in the era of NIL, some might hold their autograph to be maybe above a free fan event. I'm not sure. We'll see. But in any case, I delayed all that to kind of amp up the excitement for when is Fan Day. It will be August 2nd. So that will be a Saturday Fan Day and the Big Red Preview, which will be your chance, your opportunity to watch a Nebraska football practice. The Big Red Preview presented by 1890 will also be on August 2nd. So Nebraska Football Fan Day will be from the Hawks Championship Center. Admission will be free, but if you're trying to plan out that day, 4:30 to 6 is when you're going to be able to go in there, get in line, and try to get some of your favorite players and coaches' autographs. The Big Red Preview, presented by 1890, will then take place at 6:30. Once again, that will be at Memorial Stadium. So you get to go into the big. I shouldn't call it the Big House because there's already a name for that, but the big stadium there. Memorial Stadium at 5:30. Those tickets will cost you $20. So kind of going to be interesting. I'm sure as I ask this question, I know what the answer will be, but who do you think is going to have the biggest line? Give me 3 big lines there at Nebraska Fan Day.
Dylan Riola.
Yeah.
Dylan Riola.
Yeah.
Dylan Riola.
What I figured.
Probably Dylan Riola, Emmett Johnson, and probably I want to say Shavers, but probably Heinrich.
Yeah, it's interesting because again, they're usually generally sit in position groups. I don't know if they're going to do it that way. I suppose it's been 14 years since I've been to one.
You put your 3 biggest attractions at the same table because when we did it back in '96, we was more of a defensive team that year. They knew that we was going to be strong at defense, so it was me, Grant, and Grant Wistrom, and Jared.
You all sat at one table.
At one table.
Wow.
And that was the biggest table that had the lines. Of course, Amon Green had a line there. That was an all day thing. But we do it because we always love our Husker people, man, and they come out rain, sleet, or snow to cheer you on. So the best thing you can do is sit out there for 4 or 5 hours in the hot sun and sign autographs.
Would you anticipate everyone being available, or do you think in the NIL era there might be some players that would rather not sign for free?
Well, I think Matt Rule should make it a mandatory thing that you sign autographs because you play for this school. I mean, everybody's not able to pay for your autograph, so you have to get some free, and I think that's the best time to do it on Fan Day. That's why they call it Fan Day, Bock, because the fans get the autographs. We don't charge them for it.
Yeah. Well, hopefully that will be the case there, and hopefully everybody has fun. You have enough time to kind of plan it out and get ready. And of course, again, you obviously played. You're able to go see practices when you want to. I've been to practices before, but the opportunity to see the Husker team in practice, very cool opportunity. I know they did that last year. They've done it at several other schools as well. But again, part of the kind of the NIL age, trying to find different ways to bring people in. And so it's a unique opportunity. Maybe that practice will run a little bit differently than your typical practice. So it might not be exactly what you see because just to be frank, not usually they don't do the complete entire thing in Memorial Stadium even. But we will see what they do with that, and that's an exciting opportunity. I'm sure you would agree, Terrell, for for most fans to be able to go out and see a Husker practice.
Yeah, I mean, hey, let's open it up to the public again. Like, didn't we do it one time last year?
Yeah, Hardy did last year.
I think it's a great thing to do, and just keep in touch with the fans, man. We need the fans more than we need anybody. So we can always say that we can play in an empty stadium. No, you can't. You always need the fans, and Nebraska fans will always stick by you.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what the turnout would be, how it would compare to even the Husker games, because it was very cool to see you and many of the other former athletes, former Huskers there involved and everything that was going on there. The sad part was just to see Memorial Stadium not have as many people there as they're usually there for a spring game. So maybe this can kind of become one of those new traditions. We'll see what the turnout will be for the Big Red Preview. Once again, Big Red Preview and Fan Day set for August 2nd. Fan Day is free. Big Red Preview will cost you $20 to $30, depending on where you want to sit. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more Bock and the Blackshirt on 93.7 The Ticket.
Make your move fun and easy with the help of Movers and Shakers. Movers and Shakers is homegrown, female-led, and ready to help make your transition to a new space as seamless as possible. They excel at residential and commercial moving jobs, as well as offer home cleanouts and junk removal services. Moving into a new place is stressful enough, so let Movers and Shakers ease the transition. Give them a call today at 712-899-6265 or book your move online at www.moversandShakersNE.com today.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left it once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Looking to upgrade your equipment and keep cash in your pocket? Through July at Landmark Implement, get up to a 24-month waiver on select John Deere tractors and combines, or lock in 1.9% fixed rate for 36 months, followed by 5.8 fixed for another 36 months. When planning for this year's harvest, we've got a solution that works for your bottom line. Visit your Landmark Implement today and check us out at landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket. This is Bock in the Blackshirt here on 93.7 Ticket. We are at 1030 O Street down here. And man, it is a hot day out there. Y'all be careful out there. Put the pets up. Drink plenty of water. I'm drinking me what they call this, Bock? It's
oh no,
energy stinger, and I love them.
Waking you up? Doing a good job?
Not really. I just like the fruit, the lemonade taste, strawberry lemonade taste. In Husker news, Huskers have hired a new recruiting coordinator away from a Big Ten rivalry. Bock. Anthony Johnson announced that he will be leaving his position as recruiting analyst at Michigan to join the Huskers as a recruiting coordinator. Now, check this out, Bob. Johnson first joined the Wolverines in late May after working 6 months at Pittsburgh. He only spent 2 months with the Wolverines. He was a defensive line coach for the program and also assisted with recruiting for positions. That sounds great to me. Nebraska football coaching staff consists of 21 coaches, Bock, 9 offensive coaches, 6 defensive coaches, 3 special team coaches, 5 analyst assistants. Johnson adds additional Big Ten experience to the staff that has shown quality both on the field and off the field. Recruiting has been a strong suit for this for the staff at Michigan. Johnson should be able to help the Huskers continue to recruit at a high level.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting, especially considering he does have positional coaching experience on his resume. And yeah, this article just coming out about 20 minutes ago. So very interesting stuff there, especially just the timing of it. I mean, recruiting, of course, is going to be amping up once you get into the season. There's going to be a lot of moving parts, I suppose I should say, as far as official visits and scheduling everything and kind of, juggling that, I suppose, with getting the team ready and winning. That's always a juggling act that coaching staffs have to do. Now you get as many people on staff as you necessarily need to. And so I would think, leaving Michigan to come to Nebraska, higher, I don't know if it's higher paying. We'll see about that. But definitely it feels like, going from a recruiting analyst to a recruiting coordinator is kind of higher up in that world. So we'll see. I mean, I think it's, again, just kind of interesting because you're right in the midst of, I should say, of getting that class of 2026 ready to go. And then, of course, just month and a half away from the football season. Yeah. So interesting time to kind of jump positions and schools and make that switch. But maybe he's got some connections now for guys that were recruiting toward Michigan, that maybe he could sway to come to Nebraska.
Yeah, I mean, that's strange because you never hear of something that happens right before the season starts, especially a guy who hasn't been on the Michigan job but less than 6 months. So, he's coming here with a lot of experience. I think it does us some good. Probably helps that, Coach Snow probably has something to do with that because, he's to the age where he doesn't want to be a coach for the rest of his life. So, and I think that's a good deal for us.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think Coach Phil Snow is one that is somewhat forgotten in all of this. Maybe I don't want to say completely. I think people remember him as that analyst role last year, but that was more as kind of like a telephone type of analyst. Now he's there. He's in the building. He's the associate head coach and helping the team out. And I think that's a big part of this transition to Coach Tony. Going away from Coach Tony Butler's defense, or I get all the names confused, but Tony White into John Butler's defense is to have Phil Snow there. They've got a few other guys on staff as well. Addison Williams that have defensive coordinating experience. So it's again, it goes back to that juggling act that they do as a coaching staff. But I think that Phil Snow more than anybody makes me feel more comfortable about the path moving forward because he was the lifeline. I mean, he was the DC for
don't say it,
for Coach Rule. Well, I'm not going back to the 96 Arizona State game.
No,
he was for that as well. But we'd all like to forget that game. But he was the DC for Matt Rule, in every step of the way at Temple, at Baylor, into Carolina. And then, of course, like you said, and kind of age kind of got to him to where a point where he thought he might be done. But now that Coach Tony White left, he felt like maybe he was needed a little bit here, and maybe felt a little bit of like he'd want to get back into it. So I'm excited. I honestly thought when they hired Coach Matt Rule that he was going to be part of the package deal, and he was not. So we'll see if it helps now that he's back in house.
Yeah. Well, another news: Nebraska transfer Jaden Doss commits to Kansas. I'm glad this young man found him a home. He was very talented coming out of high school in Kansas City. I really thought that he had a chance to flourish here. Just hate to see kids go like that. It had a lot of upside, Bock, and the next thing you know, they're gone.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Again, this is a guy that as far as recruiting personnel and people that followed that, we're pretty high on. Never really made too much of an impact on the field. Was kind of switching positions, trying to find a spot, and I don't know if it was necessarily stated, but you kind of read between the lines here. This transfer portal session obviously is for those designated student athletes. And so even though he was a scholarship player, he seems to have, for Nebraska, maybe have fallen outside of that 105 and was designated so that he could transfer at this point in time. And a reminder, you don't need to, with everything that's going on, Nebraska doesn't need to cut down to 105. Those players that are already on the roster can be grandfathered in. It's more of an opportunity for guys that are labeled that way, that they would not have made the 105, that maybe they can find a spot, a different school that would, kind of put them in a better position as far as playing time and development and kind of just a piece of the program altogether at a different spot. So interesting that he lands at Kansas, though. Obviously having the Nebraska tag as your transfer, I'm sure can help as well, as anywhere. You could transfer from a Power 4 school, but, Kansas is a pretty good program, at least has been. Obviously one of the worst of the last 25 years, but of course over the last several years with Lance Leipold getting in there, they've done better. Injuries, quarterback play wasn't up to what they were hoping for last year, so they fell behind a little bit in the Big 12. But obviously cheer the most for him. There's been guys that have transferred there before and got some opportunity. I know Sevian Morrison in the last couple years of his career had a couple carries there. So let's see. Hope for the best for him.
All right, Bock. Day 2 of the SEC Media Day, Bock. And today they have Tennessee, Georgia, Texas all on the stage today. Kirby Smart was there earlier. He said that he said 54% of his team are first and second year players. And we're talking about a good team, but still a young team. He does a great job of developing players. He says that most of the COVID kids are gone. The 5th year and 6th year guys are no longer on the team.
Yeah, that's I hate to say it because it was a unique time for college football and sports altogether. But it is nice to kind of get closer back to that reality of having, to where it was before. Now, you could argue it never really was able, that was a big changing time in college sports, especially with the conferences. I think that was more highlighted more than anything that college football and the NCAA, they're less on, one playing field, one level field, thinking all one way than the others. Once COVID hit, we kind of saw that different conferences, different regions, even different players on the same team arguing and debating on whether they should play or not. And, if you remember, the Big Ten canceled their season. The SEC decided they were going to play. The Big Ten delayed their season then and started up later. The other conferences kind of followed suit as well. We saw the Pac-12 just basically do whatever the Big Ten was doing at the time. So it was just a very interesting time. And to go from that, and then, they get that extra year of eligibility. And then on the other side of it, right, of this, before all the COVID players kind of go out of it, is, all the changes that we've seen with the transfer portal and NIL and all that since then. So college football will never be the same as it was before the COVID era players and after the COVID era players. And that's just the constant change that we're seeing in college football. But to me, it is a little bit, feels a little bit better to kind of get back on a level playing field and kind of think of these guys as the same ages and kind of experience, because some of that stuff was getting a little bit whack. I mean, we'll talk about this later when I do my Oregon preview, but I was reading their preview and it said their last two quarterbacks, and it was right as I had thought about it, Bo Nix and Dylan Gabriel, weren't just experienced, they were the most experienced college quarterbacks of all time because of the COVID age and what they were able to do and how long they were able to play. So it's going from that now to Dante Moore, who only has half a year of a UCLA under his belt, is interesting for Oregon. But just in general, I think it's nicer to get back to that. Though Nebraska's still got some guys. I mean, I'm not going to turn down some of the rules that have kind of changed, particularly helping Nebraska's back seven this year. As we look at Deshaun Singleton benefiting from the JUCO rule, the JUCO years never counting against you anymore. And then, of course, Javen Wright, who's I think going into his seventh year with Nebraska for various reasons. So there's still a few players with eligibility that maybe wouldn't have before, but for the most part, we're getting kind of back to the college-aged kids playing college football.
That. 17 to 22.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I didn't like, because if you go to the NCAA and talk about basketball, you talk about a team like Florida, Bock, and all those guys were 23, 24 years old. Guys who should have been in the NBA 2-3 years ago if they was that, great of a players to come out after their freshman year. Now, football is kind of harder when you have those guys that age because they're very more mature than the younger guys. But at the same time, I'm glad that everything's getting back on equal playing field, especially when you can assemble a roster with 25 guys that's 22 and older, Bob.
Yeah, it was just different too. I mean, because you're right. I mean, you're kind of talking about different levels of play, different, even your body kind of taking off at that point. So it's weird. It was weird to see 24, 25-year-olds playing college football. Not that it make the product worse. It was just kind of changed opportunities, and it was just, you're kind of watching something different, because at that point, again, you'd expect those players to be the best. They've got not only grown man strength because they're that age, but they've been through the weight system for that many years. It's like kind of watching a lot of guys that basically should be playing semi-pro football, if not professional football, still in college. So it's a bit of a weird era, and of course that was mixed in with guys of all different ages. So it really ranged quite a bit. Like I said, I think even using Javen Wright as example, I think he's 25 years old. So you saw guys that were up, anywhere from 18 to 25. And I suppose we saw a little bit of that.
That's real strange, because if you know how age catches, not say catches up, but you know how age goes by so fast, and you look up and you're 30.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man, I was just in college 5 years ago, and now you're 30 years old, and who you gonna? And the only thing you could fault is the colleges for giving that COVID rule and giving these kids so many years of eligibility left.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't know if it was I don't know. I don't look back at it and say it was like a disaster or a terrible decision.
Yeah.
The product went along fine. It was an adjustment. If you're one of those people, especially, and you look at the history books, that can be kind of frustrating when guys are getting 5 years of stats, 6 years of stats.
Yeah.
That part of it can be frustrating if you're a historian on it. But altogether, I always thought it was kind of silly, particularly basketball. Remember, because they went through the entire season. They were about to start postseason play, and then they said, all right, scrub the season. That year doesn't count. You're going, well, they played the entire season.
Yeah.
And college football is a little bit different. Some people played like 6 games. Some people played 10. Nebraska, I think that year played 8 regular season games or something like that. So it's not quite a full year, but I always thought that was a little bit strange that they played, basically a full year. I don't think of 2020 and put a giant asterisk next to it and say, well, they didn't have a full year, because it was mostly just a bunch of non-con games that didn't get played because they still played a majority of the conference schedule. So I don't know. I always thought it was a little bit odd that they got that extra year. It probably would have been what I would have done judiciously, but at the time, again, there's so many questions in the year 2020. You didn't know what was going to happen moving forward. But it is. I think it is nice to kind of start moving on from that.
I got a story I want to tell you about when I was in junior college. I played with a guy who had just got out of prison, Bock. He came to JUCO to, I didn't think he was older than us, Bock. He was like 26 years old. His name was Sam. And we was in meeting room one day in court, and he was a defensive end. Bock, only thing he knew was sack the quarterback. and coach said, hey, Sam, what do you do when the player do this? Sack the quarterback. That's the only thing he would say. And, and I'm looking at him like, you're not going to go squeeze down and take on this counter that's coming my way. And I'm just looking at him like this. I didn't say anything because I was scared of him, because he was probably Bock, he had cornrows, and he probably lift weights in prison all day and all night. Yeah, the way he looked.
Yeah.
But Sam ended up getting a scholarship, and he was a good teammate, man. He was on the same level of playing. He could see it in my eyes, and I could see it in his eyes, that he just wanted to go out there and make plays. And it was a great opportunity playing with a guy like that, man. It was fun, but it was weird.
Yeah. So was it kind of frustrating at times when he didn't know, like you said, like on counters or something, swinging guards, all that sort of stuff? Did he figure it out eventually, or is he just basically out there on instincts?
Yeah, he's out there on instincts, a guy like that. But he adapted well to the situation, and he was and even if he did miss the counter plays and stuff, his speed was able to help him come back into the mix and probably run some plays down. But like I said, Bock, it was a great opportunity. Just because you see a lot of things in life, and me seeing that from junior college, a person just want to come out of prison or jail and just want to play football, and my coach gave him an opportunity at Independence, and he ended up getting a scholarship.
Yeah. And we talked about it before. You still go down to Independence from time to time?
Well, I want to go down there. I mean, it's a lot of places I want to go. I want to go down. My picture is still on the wall down there.
Oh yeah.
I got my name on a banner down there, so I made All-American there. So you get your picture up, and you get your picture up in the hallway of the basketball stadium, basketball coliseum. It's a lot of people that you probably wouldn't know. Harvey and Horace Grant.
Yeah.
They pictures are up there. Who's else? Ruben Patterson.
Okay.
The Cocaine Kobe stopper. His picture is up there. Ron Warner. Kid we had on the show from Kansas a couple of times that played with New Orleans. He played for the University of Kansas.
I remember that.
He was right behind me. And he told me one of the biggest reasons he's wanted to get up there because my name was up there. And because he was a Kansas kid, and he was a lot, he was one of those kids that came to the stadium that wanted to hang out with us at the dorms and stuff. So and then I ended up playing with him one year. And he's a great kid. Just, sometimes when you get kids with a lot of energy, you got to be that leader for them and say, hey, if you want to be great, slow your motor down some and let the game come to you. Don't come to the game. So sometimes you got to play a different role when you especially in junior college, because everybody's not on the same playing field in junior college.
What was the biggest difference? Because it's kind of interesting from in there. You don't have much time to kind of go from rookie, new guy to veteran because it's a 2-year program. Your first year. So what's kind of the biggest difference between year 1 and year 2? Did it feel like that? Was it kind of a year 1 you're kind of swimming in it as every college kid is, and then year 2 you're expected to lead and show everybody the ropes?
Well, it's different situations because we have the out of state rule when I was in junior college, and you can only have 10 or 11, I think up to 12 out of staters on the team.
Oh, okay.
So you have 30, 40 guys out there from out of state trying to make the team, and I didn't understand that at first because they came to me, I didn't come to them. So only thing I was able to do is just go out there and play my game, and they liked it, and I never had a problem with fear of being cut though until I got in the NFL.
Yeah,
and that's one thing about junior college, that players do get cut, and you can get redshirted in junior college. So and people don't understand that. Like some guys can come out with 1 year, 3 years left because they only played 1 year and redshirted a year. Probably at some of the good junior colleges like that.
Yeah, that's definitely an interesting route, a different route that people are a little bit more unfamiliar with. We got a text in earlier today too that said Gus Mock saying he always loved JUCO players and their stories. Nebraska's definitely had a lot of good JUCO players over the years, and hopefully that continues again with some of the names that we've seen recently. Deshaun Singleton being a big example of that for Nebraska, but man, it's really benefited, and specifically the Kansas route. I don't know how many JUCO. Outside of Kansas, where's the JUCO football played, I suppose?
Oh, Texas, Mississippi, California, Idaho, Georgia military. I think New York got a team up there, Oklahoma, Iowa. So there's plenty of junior colleges out there. Some don't have football, some do. So most of them put out they're just great athletes come out of JUCOs. They just some guys who didn't really probably just didn't think they was gonna get scholarships, or some guys that probably played later in life or switched back their senior year to football after probably playing basketball for 3 years. But at the same time, I loved my JUCO experience. It was fun.
Well, I think Nebraska fans will all agree. We love the fact that you went through that so that you could eventually dominate on the field with the Huskers. We're going to take a quick break here on Bock and the Blackshirt. When we come back, we'll continue Bock 101, my preview into 2 teams in the Big Ten as we count down to Big Ten Media Day. That's coming up next.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left at once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Looking to upgrade your equipment and keep cash in your pocket? Through July at Landmark Implement, get up to a 24-month waiver on select John Deere tractors and combines, or lock in 1.9% fixed rate for 36 months, followed by 5.8 fixed for another 36 months. When planning for this year's harvest, we've got a solution that works for your bottom line. Visit your Landmark Implement today and check us out at landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
What's it take to be a mentor with big brothers, big sisters? It takes 30 minutes and a cup of coffee. A video game, best 2 out of 3. It takes sharing thumbs up emojis, clapping emojis, and loaded nachos at halftime. That's how you make an impact on a young kid's life. So go on, share a few hours a month, because mentorship may sound huge, but the truth is, it takes little to be big. To learn more, volunteer, or donate, go to bebignow.org.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's schwisow.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. It is that time of today. If you're not listening, turn your radio up. And if you pay attention to Box 101 right here as we go over the Big Ten teams for the Media Day coming up.
Yeah, we got some interesting teams left. Of course, we started this last week. We do 2 a day, so we're getting down to, and we kind of did it, I wouldn't say completely on the reverse competitive way, but we kind of started with some of the teams that are working maybe to get into bowl game contention now, closer to one team today in particular that's going to be going after a national championship. But we're going to welcome in our friends again from the Pac-12. Of course, from last year, they've been a year in the Big Ten, but now Washington and Oregon is who we will run down today. And we'll start with the Washington Huskies. So, of course, as we've been going along, we've been ranking every fight song for our schools in the Big Ten. Here is Washington's fight song. Terrell, let me know what you think, and let me know what you guys think out there in Bock and Blackshirt country. 402-464-5685. You can text in and let us know this is Washington's fight song before we get rid of our preview for the Washington Huskies. So there you have it. There's the Washington fight song. A little bit different. I think you talk about how it always reminds you of kind of a presidential parade or something like that. This one definitely falls into that category. Different sounds coming from everywhere. Not as much of a theme maybe as some of the others have it. What do you think about Washington's fight song, Terrell?
Well, Bock, just because they're on the West Coast, I give them a 2.
Give them a 2. Oh, there you go.
All of them are terrible, Bock, except Nebraska. So we'll I like it. All right, I guess I'll give it a 2.
There you go.
2.5.
Bill and Bidget gives it a 1. Old Dad is even nicer than that. He gives it a 1.1, so that's good. And Junior D-Train Jr. says 5, and I guess for him, D-Train will give it a 5.8. So they're a little bit more nice to it. I'll be honest. I think that one's a little bit all over the place. I'm not as big a fan of that fight song as some of the others, but hopefully for Jedd Fisch and the Huskies, they'll be playing it quite often this upcoming year. Jedd Fisch, of course, entering his second year with Washington, coming over from Arizona. At Arizona, it took him a minute to get that thing rolling. Was 1-11 the first year, 5-7 the second year, and 10-3 in year 3 at Arizona. So Washington, coming off a 6-7 season, is hoping that he can take that jump. We will see if that happens this year. Offensive coordinator Jimmy Doherty will lead up the group there, not to be confused with Jimmy Doherty for my Boardwalk Empire fans. But also defensive coordinator Ryan Walters comes in. Of course, was the head coach over there at Purdue. That did not go well. In fact, Purdue gave up 40 points per game last season. So hopefully Ryan Walters will do a little bit better than that. Remember, he replaces Steve Belichick, who followed his dad out, Bill Belichick, out to North Carolina. So that will be interesting as well. As far as returning starters, 7 for the Huskies, 4 on offense, 1 on defense, and the kicker. Of course, we know their punter spent some time here in Lincoln and then left after that. So no returning punter for the Washington Huskies. Their big problem last year on offense was the offensive line. It was a work and is somewhat of a work in progress now. Cost the team last season. Garen Hatchett arrives from Oklahoma to start alongside his brother, center Landon Hatchett. So you have 2 brothers starting on the line there. They also got one of the best D tackles in the portal in Kansas State transfer Carver Willis. However, he played right tackle at Kansas State. He'll be asked to play left tackle at Washington. We'll see if he can shore that up for them. Their skill position players are quite good, highlighted by running back Jonah Coleman. He had 1,000 yards rushing last season, over 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns. One of the better running backs in the Big Ten. Wide receiver Denzel Boston leads the group of wide receivers, 834 yards and 9 touchdowns. And they're expecting big things out of freshman All-American tight end Decker DeGraaf. The big reason for optimism for Washington, despite all that, still is Damon Williams Jr., their quarterback last year, who was a freshman, only goes 5'11", 190, not a big guy, but he had a big performance in the Sun Bowl against Louisville. He's 26 of 32, 374 yards for 4 touchdowns, also ran for 48 yards and a touchdown in that performance as well. So he's kind of carrying the offseason optimism for them. Like I said, Ryan Walters arriving here with Washington, a defense that struggled late last season. They gave up 32 points per game and 188 yards rushing in their final 7 games. The Huskies went 2-5 in that stretch. However, their pass defense was among the best in the nation. Only gave up 166.5 yards per game in the air. That's quite impressive. We'll see if they can do that again. They should be able to. At least their secondary looks pretty good as they bring in former Pac-12 second-teamer Takario Davis, who probably could have been a second-round pick. He transfers in from Arizona to align with the return of Ephesians Prysock, one of my favorite names there, Ephesians Prysock, as a good tandem of defensive backs back there. And then they got the arrival of Rashawn Clark, who Jedd Fisch called the MVP of the spring. He's going to play that Husky position, kind of in their version of the 3-3-5 back there. So we'll see what that secondary is able to do. Solid kicker returning in Grady Gross, 18 of 26 last year. Like I said earlier, looking for a new punter. They did recruit well in the top 25 for Washington. More importantly, they kept some of their top in-state talent, which has been a problem in recent years. Their offense, again, last year looked like it got significantly better when Damon Williams started playing a little bit more, but only averaged 23.4 points per game. That was 104th in the nation. 128 yards rushing per game. That was 100th. 261 yards passing per game. That was 32nd for a total offense of 390 yards, 390.5 yards per game for a total of 61st in the country. The defense did what the offense did. The offense, like I said, averaged 23.4. The defense gave up 23.4. That was good for 53rd in the country. Gave up 161.8 yards rushing in totality. When you include all the games, that was 87th in the country. Like I said earlier, the pass defense spectacular, 166.5 yards per game there, 328 total for 28th in the country. The schedule includes at Washington State in the Apple Cup, as well as an away game with Michigan. Some of the tougher games they will have at home, but they do have a tough schedule at home: Ohio State, Illinois, and Oregon. So as we again go through Nebraska's schedule being one of the weakest in the Big Ten, you might not want to trade it with Washington, who again has Ohio State, at Michigan, Illinois, and Oregon lined up for him. Terrell, what do you think? Washington going to do better than 6-7 this year?
Well, I think so. I think they beat Iowa last year. I'm not really sure, but they played some tough games. I remember watching them play Penn State very well in the first half. I think they beat Wisconsin, so I'm not really sure. What did it say last year's schedule, Bock?
So last year they did lose to Iowa.
Oh, they lost probably on the last. What the score was?
Well, they lost 16-40, so that one wasn't particularly close.
Well,
you might be thinking of when they beat USC.
Yeah, okay.
They did beat USC 26-21, and then when UCLA was on a little bit of a run, they halted their progress by beating them 31-19.
Yeah, they lost in the bowl game, didn't they?
They did to Louisville.
Okay,
yeah.
So I think the only thing they can do is go up, Bock. I think they got a great coach who did turn Arizona on to get hot in the last year that Pac-12 when they was playing. And he brings a little fiery part to the defense. So
we'll have to wait and see. Let's go ahead and move on to Oregon. Oregon, one of the best teams in the country, maybe the most talented roster in the country, but the difference between this year and the previous couple of years has been the experience level. This team not nearly as experienced, but we got to get to Oregon's fight song before we get to anything and have you go ahead and rank it. Here's Oregon's fight song as we lead into their preview. I like this part right here. I don't know how you can't like that. That's Oregon's fight song there. I particularly like that little.
I like that
little
one,
thing.
Bob.
Now you like that?
It's a little faster,
Yeah.
a little up tempo. Has the drums really standing out in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So I could give that probably 7.5.
Hey,
Bob.
there you go. I think that's the highest one there. D-Train and D-Train Jr. both on board here. D-Train Jr. gives it a 9. D-Train gives it a 7.9. Old Dad not as high on it. Says it sounds like he's at the circus, 1.8. Henry Big Bank Hank gives it a 7. And Bill and Bennett says, I can get into that one. So he gives it a 6. Isaac says, reminds him of Lone Ranger. Gives it a 6 as well.
Come on, old Dad. 1.8. that was the best one I'd heard out of all these ones Bock done did. The beat was on tempo.
Yeah.
Everything played great. It sounded like a good Macy's Day Parade. And just imagine we listening to it and the duck is riding around in a motorcycle.
I think that's what helped too, as I was imagining.
Yeah,
the
me
duck
too. That's
also
why.
enjoying it.
Yeah, that's the only thing that kept this good because I was thinking of the ducks that ride around in a motorcycle. All right, good one, Bob.
All right, we'll play it as I get to. It's so good. We're going to play it again as I get to my Oregon Duck preview here. Again, Dan Lanning now 35-6 overall with the Ducks entering his 4th season, 13-1. Of course, last year they were the number 1 overall seed going in the college football playoff. We all know how that turned out when they ran into Ohio State at the Rose Bowl. Returning starters, 7 of them this year for the Ducks, 2 on offense, 3 on defense, and a kicker and a punter. Like I said, not a whole lot of experience on this team, so much so that only 103 combined returning starts on the team. Ducks were led by 2 of the most experienced quarterbacks in college football history, as I mentioned earlier. Bo Nix and Dylan Gabriel each of the last 2 years. Now a former 5-star recruit who started 5 games for UCLA in 2023, Dante Moore, joins the mix. They also did, they were just one of the winners in the portal. There's no doubt about it. They turned to the portal for running back Mekhi Hughes, who could be all Big Ten in his lone season in the Big Ten. He led Tulane last year with 1,400 yards and 15 touchdowns. Their offensive line is huge. They got Isaiah World leading the way up there. Their offensive line averages 6'5", 315 pounds. Like I said, Isaiah World was 6'8", 310. There are a couple other there, Lalulu and Pregnon. Both of them look to be all league caliber as well. So probably 3 of the 5 up front for Oregon are going to be fighting for all conference honors. The problem with Oregon a little bit has been their wide receiver health, particularly. Tez Johnson was their dynamic wide receiver last year. Lost him to graduation in the NFL. Evan Stewart was supposed to take over. He got injured in the spring, and he's out for the season. So that's going to be tough. It might open up the door for true freshman, DeCorian Moore to step in. He's the top wide receiver in the country, recruit as far as that goes. So we saw some pretty good freshman wide receivers last year. Maybe DeCorian Moore is the next along that line, as he's going to get opportunities there. They feel very high on tight end Kenyon Sadiq as well. Offensive coordinator Will Stein referred to him as one of the best players in the country and suggested he hopefully gets the tight end the ball at least 80 times this season. So look for Sadiq to be a huge factor there. The defense returns some key returnees and some big-time portal transfer additions. Mateo Uiagalelei led the Big Ten in sacks with 10.5 sacks last year in the regular season, was surpassed in by Abdul Carter and some of those guys in the postseason. But in any case, led the regular season. Bear Alexander has made his way there, ever transferring Bear Alexander. He's been to USC, Georgia. Those are only the spots I can name. I assume there are a few more. Now he lands at Oregon. We'll try to help solidify that front. Last year's leading tackle, Bryce Bocher, returns at linebacker, and the Ducks added Dylan Thieneman from Purdue, the dynamic safety there. Probably the only redeeming quality of that Purdue team last year, now off to Oregon. They also added another cornerback from the Big Ten and second team Big Ten cornerback Theron Johnson from Northwestern. So they do look talented there. Kicker Atticus Sappington. Yes, Atticus Sappington has been 27 of 30 in the last 2 years, so he's good. What I really am interested in is the Oregon punt battle. The punter Ross James averaged a school record 44.4 yards per punt last season. So what'd they do to pay him off this season? Well, they brought in Boise State transfer James Ferguson Reynolds to compete with him, who averaged a nation-leading 49.7 yards per punt in 2023. So that punter competition is going to be fierce. If we look at Oregon last year, 34.9 points per game, 17th in the country. With that, 157.9 rushing yards per game. That was 72nd. 279.5 to be exact passing yards per game. That was 13th for a 22nd overall offense with 437.4 yards per game. On defense, they gave up 19.4 points per game. That was good for 16th in the nation. Only 130 yards rushing per game. That was 38th in the nation. 185.9 yards passing per game. That was 25th in the nation. And 315.9 total. That was 15th, the top 15 defense overall for Oregon. Also, +7 in the turnover margin. That always helps. So after I break through it, as you can tell, a lot of talent still on that roster, just a lot less experience to bring to the table. Do you think Oregon can repeat as Big Ten champs this year, Terrell?
Well, it's going to be a hard road for them. You still have the likes of Ohio State. You still have a good Penn State team coming back. And we still, like I said yesterday, a solid team is a deadly team in Indiana. So I don't know, with 5 starters coming back or 7, and 2 of them are special teamers.
Yeah.
It's going to be and then you got your leading receiver out from last year. So looks pretty bad for him right now, Bock. Probably, if I say anything, 10-3.
Oh yeah, that's still a solid season for anybody. But not exactly what you're hoping. Obviously, coming off of the number 1 overall seed in the playoffs. If you look at their schedule this year too, I mentioned that Oregon, they've got Oregon State, so they still got the Civil War. They got that at home on September 20th. Oklahoma State and Northwestern, not the best from those respective conferences for the non-con play, but they are loading up the non-con with teams that are Northwestern, I suppose, is in the Big Ten now, too. I'm getting confused with Oregon now. But Oklahoma State, not one of the better ones. I was starting to count my games. I was thinking, wow, that's a lot of games. You look down their schedule, though, at Penn State, September 27th will be their big challenge. They also have at Iowa, at Washington, USC, Minnesota at home as well. But the
when they go to Iowa,
at Iowa will be November 8th.
Ooh, they might be. That's okay. That's a good one.
But they avoid Ohio State, Michigan, Illinois, some of the better teams in the Big Ten. So their schedule could help them out a little bit.
They played Ohio State last year during the regular season. I don't think they played Michigan. And I don't think they played Illinois last year. But
they did play Michigan and Illinois last year, beat them both.
Yeah, but guess what? We go to them next year, don't we?
I'd have to check that future schedule. I know.
Yeah, I know we go there in 26.
Okay.
All right, last segment coming up here on Bock in the Black Shirt, and I got a funny story to tell you when we come back.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Hi, it's Charlie Stone and Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln with more exciting news for area car buyers.
Charlie, it's just announced that Honda of Lincoln has won 3 of the Lincoln Journal-Star's Lincoln Choice Awards: Best New Car Dealer, Best Auto Repair, and Best Place to Get Your Oil Changed.
Wow, that's great, Andy. Anything else?
Yes, we were runner-up for Best Pre-Owned Dealer and Best Tire Dealer. A lot of people don't understand that we do sell tires here.
Very exciting, Andy. Why do you think your dealership is winning so many awards?
Charlie, we simply say it's the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business.
Looks like Honda of Lincoln is the great news headquarters for Lincoln.
Yes, and even all of Nebraska, we are also announcing that Honda of Lincoln's the only dealer in the state of Nebraska to win the prestigious Honda President's Award for 2024.
Honda of Lincoln, Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's schwissow.com.
An award-winning softball season deserves a celebration. Don't miss your chance to congratulate Jordy Ball in person. Join the team at Midwest Bank for a special meet and greet on July 16th at their Jamie Lane location as they recognize her incredible achievements. Bring your friends, your team spirit, and your favorite gear for Jordy to sign, and it all kicks off at 4 p.m. They can't wait to see you there. Get all the details at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left it once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio, video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete in Lincoln. With 3 plants across the city, there are plenty of opportunities to start or grow your driving career. They offer great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they cover the cost of CDL training. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Since 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today with ready-mixed concrete. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's nebcoinc.com.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Boom! Welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket. It is Bock and the Blackshirt, and we are powered
by
Bauer.
Infrastructure.
Bauer.
Underground.
Correct.
Excavating.
All right, Bock. Coming to the podium next is Matt Rule, the head coach of the University of Nebraska. Hold on, that's not his music. All right, the reason I did that, because Texas A&M fight song was coming out, was playing when Steve Sarkisian, the head coach of the University of Texas, came out for the SEC Media Day.
That's a
you
big
should
sin
see
right
his
there.
face, Bach, when he came out.
He noticed it.
Yeah, he noticed it, and he probably just the look on his face tells it all, man. Somebody's gonna get fired for that one coming up tomorrow about that. But yeah, he's up on the podium right now and talks about Arch, man, and how he learned from Quinn Ewers. Kirby Smart did mention something about 54% of his roster being young guys. I think who's the next guy? Tennessee coaches up next.
Yeah,
so
Josh Heupel.
yeah, Josh Heupel. So that's a pretty good day 2 lineup.
Oh yeah, the SEC again, just with all the brand names they've got in there, one of the better media days to follow because they're throwing some big heavy hitters out there day after day. I just still can't wrap my head around whoever did that. They're having a terrible day right now. And you said Steve Sarkisian before, a nice guy, but I've seen him turn on people before. Hopefully he didn't get that treatment from him because he's not going to live that down. I don't think that guy can go to the state of Texas. There's a big argument about whose state that is between Texas and Texas A&M.
Where's Texas?
Now, maybe
when has A&M won something to call it their state?
I agree with you. I agree on that.
I mean, first of all, you run out with a dog that looks like Lassie.
Hey, I like that dog.
So he's not Bevo. I mean, ain't that Texas bull called Bevo?
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah. He, a dog. He can hurt the dog. That's probably what they got Lassie for, to hurt the Bevo.
Rebel is his name. Rebel.
What? Rebel?
Rebel is the name of the dog.
Who is Bevo?
Bevo is the Texas one. He went after Ugga one time, the Georgia Bulldog, if you remember that.
Yeah, Ugga was going to tear them ankles up.
I don't know. I was worried about Ugga at that time.
Yeah, so, that's the only reason I remember Texas A&M, because they got a Susie dog. It's not a miniature, but it's a Australian Shepherd, like Lassie.
Yeah, I think it's a cute looking
Lassie. Lassie.
Do you see, by the way, Indiana, for the first time in 60 years, I think it was, see if I can pull it up, they're reinstating a bison as their mascot.
They're Hoosiers.
Yeah, well, they had a bison before.
No.
They let it go.
They're whatever a Hoosier are, that's what they got to use.
I think a Hoosier is just a person born in the state of Indiana.
All right, well, that's what they're going to use, a bunch of Hoosier fans. All right, we appreciate you here today listening at Bock and the Black Shirt, especially here in Ticket Land at 93.7 The Ticket. We'll see y'all tomorrow with Window World Wednesday with Todd Euler. Have a nice day.